there is a huge update about the Roman Reigns leaving WWE situation. So many fans have been wondering, is Roman Reigns still in WWE, or has he already left the company? We now have an answer to that question. Roman Reigns, of course, sparked huge news when he, at a house show, broke character, said that he probably wouldn't be coming back to that location again, and many fans wondered, well, why wouldn't he be coming back? And then it was revealed Roman Reigns is indeed going into a new phase in his career, and WWE may not be part of that new phase. And adding more fuel to the fire, it was officially announced by WWE today that Roman Reigns will not be a part of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in June. So that is a bit strange to not have the champion of the entire company, because he holds both titles, a Universal and WWE, and he's not going to be a part of the show, Hell in a Cell. And many fans before this were like, well, maybe he's not leaving the company, maybe he's still with the company, maybe this is all just a big rumor that's not true. But then when they heard that he's been pulled from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Roman Reigns fans began to panic, because this means that the rumors are 100% true, that there is trouble in paradise, and that Roman Reigns and WWE are not getting along, and there could be big trouble ahead, as Roman Reigns, the biggest star in the company, is not going to show up for their June pay-per-view. Now, then the question becomes, well, what about the July pay-per-view, Money in the Bank? Could he show up at that pay-per-view? Well, according to insiders, the reason why Roman Reigns will not be a part of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is because he's no longer in WWE. His contract ended. He was unable to come to terms with WWE, mostly because he wanted to go to Hollywood and start making movies. And he just lost interest in wrestling. He was done. These same insiders say that there was a conversation where Roman Reigns told Vince McMahon that my wrestling career is over. I want to go and make movies in Hollywood now. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye to WWE. And WWE is trying to figure out, how do we make people care about the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view when the men's champion for both brands is not on the show? And the previous pay-per-view, Roman wrestled in a non-title match, and nobody really cared about that pay-per-view, WrestleMania Backlash. And now you have Hell in a Cell, where once again Roman Reigns will not be defending his two titles. It just doesn't make sense. It's confusing, but hopefully these new reports will make it less confusing for fans and know that it's over. It's all done. Unfortunately, Roman Reigns is gone from WWE. What he said at the house show was 100% true. And now WWE has to figure out how they continue without their biggest star, Roman Reigns. Because according to these reports, Roman Reigns is no longer part of WWE. Ronda Rousey's current title reign as SmackDown Women's Champion is in serious trouble. Ronda Rousey defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania Backlash as Ronda became the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. And according to reports, Ronda was told that once she defeated Charlotte and became the champion, she would hold that title until WrestleMania 39 next year. And Ronda was very excited about having a very long title reign and becoming one of the best female wrestlers in all of wrestling. However, sometimes plans change, and Ronda Rousey was recently called into a top secret meeting at WWE headquarters, where WWE officials told her that, unfortunately, they were going to have Sasha Banks defeat her for the SmackDown Women's Championship. and this was going to happen in July at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And basically what would happen is Sasha Banks would win the women's Money in the Bank match, get the briefcase. Later in that pay-per-view, when Ronda was wrestling, Sasha would cash it in and then pin Ronda, and then Sasha would become the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion, and Ronda would unfortunately look like a loser. And Ronda didn't like that, and her manager didn't like that, and they said, well, what happened to the plan of keeping the title on Ronda until WrestleMania 39? And they said, well, unfortunately, we've had a change of plans, and we're going to take the title off of you, Ronda, in July, and we're going to give it to Sasha. This is because WWE believes that Sasha Banks is now truly the #1 most popular female wrestler in the world, and they want to put another title on her. She would keep her tag team title and then obviously add the SmackDown Women's Championship. So she would walk around with 2 titles on her shoulders. And Ronda said this was unacceptable and that they were going back on their word. And in fact, Ronda was so angry with this news that her title run would end in embarrassment after only 2 months, that Ronda stormed out and said, if Sasha beats me at Money in the Bank, I'm quitting and I'm going to vacate the title today. And unfortunately, that is rumored to be the plan, that in the coming days, Ronda will make an announcement and she will say that she can no longer be in WWE and that she is vacating the title. This will obviously be very upsetting for many wrestling fans. Ronda, as we know, is very determined to be the best at whatever she does, and she feels that WWE is not allowing her to be the best and that they are cutting her current title reign way too short, and she was completely offended by them even suggesting it, and she believes it's the wrong way to go. So Ronda will make this announcement. Whether or not she will tell the truth of why she is vacating the title, we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, Ronda Rousey will no longer be the SmackDown Women's Champion. What are your thoughts about Roman Reigns not appearing at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in June, and him possibly saying goodbye to WWE forever? And give me your thoughts on the rumor that Ronda Rousey planning to vacate the SmackDown Women's Championship in the coming days. Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.